Hi, we're Steve and Sarah, and this is part one of restoring an abandoned village in Portugal. It's a project of epic proportions, and it certainly helps if you're up for a challenge. Work has started on two of the houses. We'll live in one, and the other is designed specifically for wheelchair access. The rate we're going, it's likely we'll both be on our last legs by the time we finish this project.
The first thing you have to do is get a good architect. We are lucky enough to be working with Joana and Rui Pedro of Arquitectura Viva, who are brilliant and have become good friends. They drew up the plans and then we submitted them to the local council for approval. It's not a quick process and learning to be patient is key. We then found local builders and tradesmen to do the work. As soon as the aviso local notice went up, work started.
The first thing the builders did was to get the bulldozer in to clear the debris from both buildings. Nelson and his son Rodrigo, we call him Rodders, work really hard, often from 8 AM to 8 PM, but not every day. It looks a bit quiet today. They then removed the old tiles from the second building. The first building didn't even have a roof. It was our first experience of Portuguese builders, and they're like mountain goats without much regard for health and safety. The scaffolding they use looks pretty precarious to me. No chance I'd go up it. No gloves, no hard hats, no safety harnesses to be seen. It takes some getting used to, but so far no accidents, and you learn to trust that they know what they're doing. Father and son then went on to remove the old rafters. I found it a bit terrifying, if I'm honest. One man and his chainsaw at his finest was still really scary to watch. However, tiles and roof beams came down and no one was hurt in the process. We were featured in the Channel 4 series Help We Bought a Village last year and are currently being filmed for series 2. The cameraman definitely has to jump about a bit at times.
Next on the jobs list was making the concrete floors. The damp-proof membrane and steel grid was put in place, and then the cement guys arrived. This was a real moment of jeopardy for us, as it was the biggest machinery we've had through the village so far. A busy traffic week here is usually a car and a couple of tractors. Chumbaria was built back in the days of donkeys and carts, definitely not designed for a massive cement truck and the concrete pouring truck. Both vehicles only just made it through the village with millimetres to spare. It definitely wasn't designed for this monster. Another heart-in-your-mouth moment for us, but these guys are so experienced. We're constantly amazed at how chilled and efficient they are. They're all really friendly as well, which is an added bonus. We do understand that concrete is not the best from an environmental point of view, but we need it to keep our old crumbly buildings together. It will outlive us, and it is locally produced. Next up, Nelson and Rodders built the shuttering for the ring beams on both buildings. If you're restoring an old property like this, it's important to have a structural ring beam on top of the existing walls to tie them together. It's an essential part of restoration work. They spent a lot of time preparing the wooden shuttering and putting steel reinforcements in them ready for the concrete. They also prepared the shuttering for the concrete structure that will support the mezzanine floor in the house next door.
Back came the cement trucks. This time there were 3 of them. I don't think I've ever been so excited to see concrete. And I don't know if it's just me, but I find the whole restoration process fascinating. And after waiting so long to see this village come back to life, it's brilliant to see stuff happening. Me and the dogs are always nosing about and getting in the way. The concrete was successfully poured into the shuttering and then left to set for a couple of weeks before the carpenters arrived to start work on the new roofs. They'll be featured in part 2, which will be coming out very soon. And relax. Phase 1 of restoration work is complete and it's peaceful again at beautiful Chumbaria. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, we really appreciate it, and we'll try to respond to any comments or questions. Our next video will feature the carpenters, and if you're wondering how to make doors and windows in walls that are 2 foot thick, you'll find out. Thanks again. Bye for now.